Oh boy. The studio is strange. I feel like a stranger in my own house. All right, let's go back. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on ELEGBETETVRADIO TV radio. It's been a very long 2 weeks out of the country and I'm back now. But unfortunately, tomorrow again, I'm traveling. It's a crazy world that I live in right now, you know. I'm a merry-go-round. I'm on the crazy roller coaster. But I'm going to enjoy it as long as it lasts and have some fun while I'm doing it. And then when I come back, finally finding all this traveling, everything going around, shooting movie, doing podcasts, doing film room, production work, becoming a producer I used to be how do I define my life? Once upon a time, mechanical engineering student, turned footballer, turned coach, turned club owner, turned football club administrator, turned journalist, analyst. Now I'm a movie producer, right? I'm a multiple producer of a movie, a documentary series, host and producer for a podcast and producer for film room. Right, this boy is growing. My mom was here to see this boy. You too talk. She used to tell me that you too talk. You talk too much. Well. That's the one thing that everybody now knows me for talking. All right. Well, once again, my name is Ada Fimache. So you love to come in the elevator on sports. Let's have some fun. It's 6 minutes past the hour of 9 a.m. in the morning, and in Nigeria, because I know that people watching and listening from every part of the world. So let's just enjoy ourselves a bit, talk about what's going on in the transfer space and every other place that we are in. And I know that you guys will be angry with me because somehow the show is not as consistent as you want it to be. But work needs to be done. So tomorrow I'm jumping on the plane. I'm going to Abuja. From Abuja, I'm going to Port Harcourt. From Port Harcourt, I'm going to Aba. And then we'll come back. Hopefully, we'll get the visa. We're jumping off. I'm going to France. So it's not like, you don't get money. You don't want to work again. No, I want to work. But, the work is taking me different parts. And like I did in Cameroon, there's always going to be diary section. I'm going to be giving you updates of what I'm doing, where I'm going, what's happening, and all that. But now that I'm here, I have just one day, I gotta show up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for the job. I could just easily sleep and read some book, enjoy. I'm enjoying the Sunday Lisa's book. It's a beautiful read. It's nice. It's lovely. But hey, let's do the job while we have the time, because there are so many other things that we could be doing. But since we're here, those of you that are here, let's have some fun doing what we love to do. Well, this transfer window opened up with plenty of hope and beliefs and confidence that Arsenal was going to do a good transfer, sustain the tempo of their run. Arsenal have actually not won a single game in January. Thank God for the fake winter break that the EPL had, 18 days break, that's making it good for Arsenal not to play a game all through this period. So they're going to play their first game on the 10th of February. I hope that the team is back. The players that went to the African Nations Cup. African Nations Cup will obviously end February 6th. And by 10th, Party is already back anyway, picked up a red card. And then he should also be back. And then he's still in Cameroon. And it's strange, to think that Nigeria beat Egypt in the first game and they're still in the competition, but Nigeria is already out since. We've all gone. Everybody's gone to their respective club. And I think that by that time, everybody will be, up and ready and back to their station. So you will see it in. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is when this transfer window was about to open, before it opened last week of December, all we're hearing is Vlahovic, to sign Vlahovic to Arsenal, this one, that one, a lot of players to Arsenal. But all of a sudden, Arsenal have not done a single signing, like zero signing. Today is the last day of the transfer window. Some clubs have even done their transfer window before the transfer window officially opened. And you would have thought that because of the way the Arsenal team is, they would definitely make a move. And now Arsene Wenger is not there again. Before, we used to have this type of things during the Arsene Wenger days. And then if you think about last summer, the way Arsenal went about their business with Ramsdale, Martin Odegaard, and then Ben White, you would have thought that, okay, this January, they will consolidate, they will solidify their move and make things good. But unfortunately, they've gone back to the Arsene Wenger. We know the Arsene Wenger way is Arsenal as a club being delusional, lying to people, creating rumors within their space for players that they know that they cannot sign, players that they've not negotiated with, players that they've not reached agreement with. They just sit on their own, and then rumors will just start popping up that Arsenal wants to sign Messi, Arsenal wants to sign Ronaldo, Arsenal wants to sign Luis Suarez. As a matter of fact, Arsenal have put a bid for this one, for that one, and then at the end of the day, they go and bring you Mario Shamak, Yaya Sanogo, Nicolas Pepe, you know, all those players that are useless to the cost of the team. That's exactly what has happened again this time around. And it's strange because I was beginning to like Arteta and Edu combination. But then a lot of things have gone wrong in this January transfer window that has killed that confidence. You know, I was one of those people who said that Arsenal was playing, they were going to make the top four. But unfortunately, it's looking like Arsenal is going to tank. Okay, they are going to tank it and not even making the top 6 or top 7. They're going to end up in 8 again if you're not careful. But yes, for those of you asking me the rumors about Osimhen, yes, there's rumor, but that rumor is just a rumor. Like it's just a rumor. I don't think that what's it called? Napoli wants to sell. But hey, today's the last time we transfer. Anything is possible. Arsenal are in desperate space now. They definitely need to bring in a striker. Aubameyang have said that he's willing to play for free on loan at Barcelona, but definitely doesn't want to play for Arsenal. Barcelona are saying, yes, we need you. We want you in our team, but we can only have you in this team if we can ship out Ousmane Dembele. Yeah, that was the talk they were having like a couple of days ago when they considered the salary of Aubameyang. Now Aubameyang have come out to say, you know what? Don't even pay me. I mean, I've got enough money. I'm Batman. I've got my own money. Okay, I might not be Tony Stark, but I've got my own money and I can take care of myself. So let's flip the script and focus on me just coming to Barcelona. But then that still isn't going to work. Just like the Dani Alves case, that's not going to work because Barcelona actually want to offload Dembele instead of letting him go for free in the summer. So they're looking for that as a window, get him out and then come in. But unfortunately, that's not happening. The rumor around Victor Osimhen, I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here. I'm traveling. I've not seen my flight ticket, but I know I'm always traveling out in the morning. I hate to do evening flight when I'm going out of Lagos because most times that means delayed flight, that means cancelled flight, and I really don't enjoy that. But if I'm not traveling as early as I expect, I should be here in the morning to talk about it. But I think my flight is in the morning, and you know that I live in Ajah to the airport is very fast, so I would rather want to go very, very early. Okay, why do they want to release Dembele? Dembele says he's not renewing his contract, and his contract ends in the summer. So they want to release Dembele because it will afford them the opportunity to take a little bit of money. Even though Dembele is earning a treasure salary, they will just make a little money on top of him so that it doesn't look like they signed him, he didn't deliver anything, and then they make money. That's what they're looking at. Barcelona is looking to make money off him and use that money to pay the salaries of some of the players that they're bringing in. But hey, I mean, I don't know if that is going to be possible with the way it is. The salary that Dembele is earning, nobody's really willing to take Dembele on as their player. But then let's look at all the transfer stories, the gist that is going on, the headlines. Let's not forget that at the AFCON, woo, man, some teams are just not following the script at all. They didn't get the memo. No, they didn't. The memo, they didn't read it. Because if they did read it, it won't be happening. But then finally, Senegal eventually found their scoring books. Okay? But one team that didn't read the memo is Burkina Faso. With a man down, they beat Tunisia by a goal to nil. Okay? Nigeria lost to Tunisia by a goal to nil with a man down. But this time around, with a man down, Burkina Faso beat that same Tunisia. Cameroon beat Gambia 2 goals to nil. Okay? It was a one-sided game. You already know that one. There was no way that Gambia was going to overpower that, had muscle plantain eating Cameroonian side with Vincent Abubakar and what's it called? Kumbia, what's his name? All of those guys were too strong for them. Okay, so Egypt beat Morocco 2-1. Is it the team that will win this thing? Is Egypt going for title number 8, or Cameroon is going for title number 6? Well, I don't know, but they look likely. Senegal is all of a sudden showing up like, okay, we're not going to fall down and die. We're in this one, but hey, who did they play? Equatorial Guinea. You expect them to beat Equatorial Guinea. Some teams just got the luck of the draw somehow. They just seem to manage to avoid the difficult teams and just play against the easy team. Okay, Ismail Assar, what's it called? Dubois and what the name of the guy? Koyate, what the scorers for Senegal. But it doesn't matter whether Sadio Mane is scoring or not. The most important thing is they are progressing. Now we have 3 possible teams that can win it: Senegal, Egypt, Cameroon, and 3 possible teams that can win it. But then they would also cross-pollinate. They will meet each other and eliminate themselves. But then Egypt had to take this game, before they won it into extra time. It wasn't that easy, but the most important thing is they've gone through. Now we will see what happens next. Now, one of the things that surprised me this January was how European leagues went on break. Okay, went on break for somehow, like players are going to South America and North America to play matches, and they went on break. But when we were going to play the AFCON in January, the early part of January, they were all complaining, little tournaments in Africa, blah, 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 blah. Nobody was willing to go on break. But all of a sudden, they're on break. First time in forever. The English league actually went on 18 days break. This is not COVID. COVID break is different. This is not COVID. This is them going on break. Very, very funny. Okay, Step Monique, he said that Senegal must not win, especially because of what that wicked Senegal referee do us in the Tunisia match. Well, if they're good enough to win it on the field, then they should win it. And you can't stop that from happening. So, but you could give your take on what you think about the African Nations Cup so far, and who's impressed you and who's not impressed you. You can give your take if you're watching on Instagram Live or Facebook or the YouTube channel. But beyond that one, you can also call into the show 07025000069. Yeah, you can call in. Okay, I'm too fast, right? 07025000069. Call in on that number. Let's have a chat. Let's have a conversation. I've been on like 2 weeks, and it felt like I've been away for a whole year. Let's look at the transfer rumor. Last day of the January transfer window. The next time we'll be reading transfer rumors will be for the summer. But Frank Lampard going to Everton. I need to ask you guys, what do you think? Frank Lampard going to Everton. Is this the beginning of the slope going down, or is going to rise like a phoenix again out of the ashes of the Chelsea defeat, failing at Chelsea, and then coming to Everton, and then he will not take Everton to the top, and then maybe Manchester United and then or Chelsea will invite him again and say, come for a second chance. When they say second chance, second coming in football doesn't really work well. We saw that with Ranieri, second coming to the Premier League, we saw it well. Rafael Benitez, second coming didn't go down well as well. So most coaches, second coming doesn't really go well in a league. Jose Mourinho, we also saw that. So I don't know what's going to happen, but tell me what you think about Frank Lampard going to Everton, the toughest. Is he just because he wants to keep fighting with the club? That's what the story is in England. He had his quarrel with the club when he was at Chelsea, and he doesn't feel satisfied, so he wants to go back there and create a fight with them. Well, let's see. Will it work? From a former Chelsea coach, Rafael Benitez, to another former Chelsea coach, Frank Lampard. What is wrong with Mohiri's Everton? Come on, they came with plenty of hope. Carlo Ancelotti, James Rodriguez, all those players, Richarlison, everybody. We thought that they were good. Yes, I also agree that there is plenty of injury problem. Another thing that has surprised me is Manchester United. I thought that Manchester United will bring in quite a lot of reinforcement, but there is no one. Step Monique said, will Man United offload Greenwood after the scandal? Offload, you would terminate him. Okay, so if the scandal leads to him going to jail, Man United would have to decide to terminate his contract because the evidence are overwhelming. But like I said on the breakfast show this morning, one of the things that the morning drive, like one of the things you need to understand is, I'm not making excuses for them, but when I saw the videos and the pictures, yeah, he may have done that, but some of them look doctored. Okay, the same way when we first saw the talk about the Neymar, the rape against Neymar. Everybody said, oh, Neymar, that's Neymar. He's a bad boy. It's possible. But then there were no evidence to support it. So until a case goes to court, I'm always very careful my position in the matter, because evidence and evidence and evidence will start coming up, and then it becomes a different story. And then you that have put your foot on the ground and said this is this, begin to lose. I know how people said things about Mike Tyson with the Robin Givens case, okay, at the beginning, and he went to jail. Oh, well, no, that is not true. He didn't rape the girl. Okay, so this thing about rape, crazy. And when people talk about rape and the person is your girlfriend, sometimes it's tilted somehow. But then, even at that voice note really put Mr. Greenwood in the nose of the hangman. It's going to be hard for him to extricate himself. So back to your question, it's not offload. Nobody's going to sign him. Nobody signs such kind of player. It's just that he's a young player who I thought that at the beginning of this season was one of those players that everything will work. But yeah, he said even Ronaldo was lying against before. But my take, and this is not me blaming Ronaldo, but I think that the coming of Ronaldo just shut down the door for Mr. Greenwood, and the boy could not hold his own. Just the same way Zlatan Ibrahimovic's arrival destroyed Anthony Martial, but then Martial was his own problem as well. I think that this is part of the problem for Mr. Greenwood, but that's not me excusing him. You will wear what you sow, so if you sow a cloth, you wear. Uzo Obiora on Facebook says, "Good morning, boss. ELEGBETE TV Radio. God bless you, boss, for keeping us posted on matters about sports. Thank you very much." Nketiah Christopher, all the way from Canada, I said, "Good morning, bros. More blessings. Thank you very much. God bless you. How is Canada? Has wifey and the children?" Right on YouTube. Now I got him popping everywhere. Divine, okay, say, "Good morning, boss. Good to have you back just for today." You put that just for today. Is there any truth in the Ousmane to Arsenal move? What will it cost to make the move happen? Because I love to see that. Okay, it will cost between. So they bought him for 60 million, and then Aurelien Laurenti also make a very good business by signing and owning his image right. So plus or minus, Ousmane's image right now should be like 25 million, 60 million. We're looking at between, in the real sense of it, we're looking at, say, 75 million. Okay, 75 million euro. That's about 65 million pounds, right? Or 60 million pounds. It's something that Arsenal can do. But do you really think Ousmane wants to go? I don't know. And then with the injury that Ousmane had recently, is he the same guy we used to know? Is he the guy? Would he be able to come into this Arsenal team that Arsenal needs somebody that will just come in and plug and play? It doesn't need come in, those things that you go and buy second hand, then you now call an electrician to come and help you fix it, and then the one part from one part to another. The Arsenal does not need that right now. I don't think it's a good move for Ousmane. Now, Arsenal is not a bad team. I like Arsenal is my team. But I don't think for Ousmane, this is a good move. Maybe one season from now, should make that move. Definitely, it's already looking that Napoli is not going to win the league. The way they started the season, started very well, but then when injury came in, we see how lean their squad is, and it's affected their outlook and the way they are. But right now, I don't think Ousmane, who's coming back from injury, is not really gotten back in the zone. It's not finding his mojo yet. To have him go to Arsenal and put a weight of expectation on him for a team that doesn't really have established goal scorers, and then there's so much media attention that will be on him, I think it's going to be a bad move for Ousmane. Wait one more season, get yourself healed completely, be fully fit, and then come out on the transfer and say you want to go to the Premier League to play. It will make sense. But right now, I think it's going to be a bad move for Ousmane because the media attention. Don't forget, okay, Ousmane is sort of like a social media bad boy already. If he goes to the English Premier League, most of the people who attack him on Twitter and Instagram don't watch him play every day. If he goes to the Premier League, people will watch him and then they'll highlight every of his little mistake. They would get at him. There are people who are planning to like attack him and really insult him. That will give the window for that to happen, and then it becomes a problem. People always say that no, they don't read what is on social media. That's a lie. Anybody who tell you that footballers don't read what they see on social media, it's a lie. They read it. Okay, it's just that when you praise them, they pretend that they don't see it. When you saw them, you will know that they read it. It's everybody, celebrities, everybody do that. So I wouldn't advise Ousmane to go to Arsenal right now. Arsenal is still a club that is an overweight for anybody to go sign there right now, especially for an Ousmane. So I would really. Oh, thank you very much, Nikhil Barat. Sorry if I didn't pronounce the name properly, but thank you very much for giving me 10 AS. I don't know what AS really is anyway. But I don't think that Ousmane should go to Arsenal. But then, look at the time where the rumors sprang out, and I've not spoken to Osimhen for a while. And I mean, I tried to focus on my work, my production with the AFCON and everything that I'm doing. But I honestly, okay, Australian dollar, okay, thank you. I honestly do not believe Osimhen is going to go to Arsenal. That's my position on that one. But even if he wants to go, if he seek my advice, just like I told him before the AFCON, don't go to the AFCON. You don't need it now. You will need it later, but definitely not now. Because if you go to the AFCON, you might have a bad performance, you might get injured. African defenders are different. And thank God he didn't go. Okay. And I mean, Nigeria didn't progress, but I'm happy he didn't go. But my point is, Arsenal, Osimhen right now, not a good one. He should still stay at Napoli. Doctors with his people who have his medical history, who know him, enjoy what he's doing, and then later on he will move on. Here's a Patrick. He said, "Well done, boss. Good morning to you." Vlahovic to Juventus. Ghana still can't shoot. Yes, but that one I wouldn't blame the Arsenal on that one. It was the player. Arsenal had put up a bid to Fiorentina. Fiorentina accepted, but then the player wanted to play in a big club. I also think that Juventus this time around, where Juventus is right now, is just similar to where Arsenal is. Juventus have gone up, peaked, and then they are tanked. Okay, so it's also be hard for Vlahovic, who, 23 goals in 19 games is fantastic. Okay, you can't even touch that. Like I'm saying, I can't touch this. But there's also going to be high expectation on him to deliver. Lately, strikers have not done well with Juventus. Okay, since Cristiano Ronaldo, Paulo Dybala didn't do well. Kulusevski didn't do well. There is another player, another striker in that team that also have not come out good. So I'm not saying that Vlahovic will not do well, but I'm just skeptical a bit. It would have been good to play in Arsenal. His game does look like what will work well at Arsenal. But hey, players make choices. They have their reason. Maybe he wants to stay in Italy. He's settled there and he feels good about it. Or probably maybe I'm selfish a bit because I feel like he's a good striker that Arsenal will need. I don't know. But let's see how it goes. It reminds me of Eduardo da Silva with a little bit of speed. But let's see how it goes. But I think that it will be a disaster if Arsenal does not get him a striker. I'm not really bothered about a midfielder, but a striker or two. But then maybe a midfielder before the day runs out today. It will be a disaster. That's the end of them making the top four. That means again they will start spending money. It will be foolishness as far as I'm concerned. Because you need to spend that money, get the striker in, fight for it. Just top four is within reach. Fight for that top four spot because there are only 3 teams above them that could, stay them out. That's Man City, who I think are champions already, Liverpool, and then Chelsea. That last one spot, I think Arsenal is within them to take it. And looking at the way it is, it wouldn't be bad for them to really make a push for it. But if you don't sign players, well, I don't think they can make it. By the time they come back good at 10 again, Arsenal have an advantage. The advantage is the fact that for once, the Premier League had this 18 days break where even the players that are out now will be back. But then when they resume on the 10th of February, 2 players will not be available. Granit Xhaka got a red card. Both of them got a red card against Liverpool. And Thomas Partey. But then it should also give them time to rest, stretch their leg, get the warm weather training, and then come back blistering and hot. But let's see how it goes. There are still some players that are out injured. Some are not even fit to play. We'll see how that goes. But let's not make the show all about us now. We're still talking. Thomas Osundulu said, who Arsenal go sign? Bros, in other news, I don't graduate MSc crisis and disaster. Wow, congratulations. That's nice. Congratulations, man. I'm very, very happy for you. I mean, to stay focused in a world that is highly distracted, it's not easy. So congratulations on that. Okay, Sudo Kama said, good morning, boss. Stanley from Canada. Please, any update on Aubameyang? Aubameyang says he wants to play for free for Barcelona. It's not going to go back to Arsenal. It doesn't seem like the relationship between him and Arteta can be mended, and he doesn't want to come back to Arsenal. It feels like they are ungrateful, but hey, it's one of those things that happen, and there's nothing you can do. So let's see if they cannot. Barcelona say they want him, but if they cannot offload Dembele on the deadline, they will not have him. The deal is already agreed on, so it's not much. You just want him to stroll in and take it there. Thomas said, when you enter London, I will celebrate time with you. Okay. Even this is my plan to go to Europe. Now, London is not on the list. I'm going to go to France, go to Sweden, go to my former club, go pay homage to the family of my former president who passed some years ago, and then hopefully go to Germany and then Belgium or Holland if time permits. It's a 2 weeks window that I'm planning all of these movements. But the network, the traveling is easy and it's expensive. So I'm going to see what I can do. But London is not part of it. I'm planning to go to London like after the World Cup in Qatar. Maybe that's when I will be available to go to London. But right now, let me go on with your messages. There's a Patrick. He said, Mo Salah doing me proud. That guy now has good status in Egypt. Okay, he said about the Greenwood case, all I will say is fear women. Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but one of the things that I'll say is that don't get yourself in a place where my mother will always say that the way so that if your hand touch something, whether your hand touch them, not be whether you take them, your hand touch them, I tell you go swear. So sometimes don't get involved in things, in situations that will bring this type of conversation. Okay, don't put yourself in situation that will bring this type of conversation. Okay, now I understand why Gabriel Jesus' mother had to abandon everything, rest of the family, and come stay with Gabriel Jesus in Manchester. Sometimes people need to be weighing into maturity at the age of 20, having that kind of money, living the kind of life, living la vida loca, the kind of life that they're living. It's hard to control certain things, and then sometimes women will treat you, put up this type of case against you because they are jealous that probably you're beginning to lose attention on them and you're giving attention to somebody. This is just me saying that. But if you have done something, they will face the law. But they have to go to court and prove it first. If they can prove it in court, he is guilty, he'll face it. I kind of like Mr. Greenwood. I thought that it was one player that had good potential that could really grow through the rank, but unfortunately, this is what happened. I remember when Maguire went to Europe and was involved in a fight. He came back. He was kept as captain of Manchester United. Those little things are signal, to the young players. That, oh, you can do this and get away after. That's the way of the club. Those tiny little things are the messages that